Spirit, give us a clear, concise message here for Aries. What is going on in Aries' energy? And what should Aries know? What should Aries be aware of, Spirit? Give us a clear, concise message here. First card out we have is the Seven of Wands in reverse, Aries. So, it's giving me this energy of like something that used to irritate you is no longer irritating you anymore. Or something's not getting under your skin anymore. That's what the feeling I'm getting from that. Something's not bothering you anymore, okay? And that is the strongest card in this reading, so just keep that in mind. Let's see what else comes out for Aries. That's the energy I'm getting for that. Oh, okay, so it looks like you have somebody around you who could be pretty smart aleck. It looks like you have somebody around you that could be really smart aleck. This person has been like talking about you online, talking smack. That's what I'm getting. Like this person's been talking smack. Okay, and I hear like this person wants you to second guess yourself. It's like they're trying to affect you. And for one of you, this person is trying to affect you financially. So maybe you have like a online presence, or you have a like a YouTube channel, or something that you're depending on for income for whatever reason, right? And this person is like talking smack about your channel and to like lower your confidence or make you feel like, you're dumb for doing what you're doing or something like that, right? It's like they want you to like hang there in that hangman energy and just like stand back. I feel like this person is trying to push you back. Now, for one of you, or for any of you, this person could be a Libra, could be a Gemini, could be an Aquarius, okay? But I see this person as like really trying hard to like make you feel left out of something for some reason. They really want to hurt you. Okay. Let's just keep going. I'm gonna pull out all the cards and then we are going to do some verifying. Hi Frankie. No, baby. Go sit down. No. Sorry guys, it's my dog. It's my dog. My daughter must have let her out. Okay. Now she's getting in the truck with me. She's like, "Oh, I want to be in the truck with you." Okay, let's go ahead and dig deeper before I was interrupted by Miss Frankie over here. Yeah, it's like this person wants you to be like in the background or something, and they want you to like stay back or something. It's like they want you to not see something. It's like they're trying to like anger you. That's the energy I'm getting. Okay, they're trying to like cause you to get angry about something. They might be trying to change, get you to change something. That's what I'm getting. Like they're trying to get you to change something, and you're like, I'm not changing nothing, or I'm not gonna change nothing. I feel like you're digging your heels in. I feel like you're definitely putting your heels in. You're like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna change something. I'm not gonna go to this transformation, and I'm not gonna up up everything and change everything just for you. It's giving me that kind of energy. Okay. Um, Whoever this is somebody that thinks that they have some kind of right to come in and tell you what to do. This person could be a Pisces. Okay, they might have Pisces in their chart. Okay, I'm seeing this person as like trying to cause trouble, and it's like the more that they're trying to cause trouble, I'm hearing that you just keep going back to the chalkboard. That's what I'm hearing. Like you just keep going back to the chalkboard, and you just like keep working despite what this person is wanting you to do. You have a troublemaker around you. And for one of you, it could be because you're sharing a part of yourself, or you're sharing something that is unusual. Okay, maybe you're sharing something about yourself that might be considered unusual, or other people just don't see it as being like, they just don't see what you got or what you're doing. Now, I feel like for one of you, you might be giving this person a different perspective about something, and it's like this person is like completely rejecting it. Like, no. And I'm getting this energy of like they just don't want to hear it. You're trying to share. I can never say that word correctly. Um, you're trying to share a part of yourself, or you're trying to share a different perspective about an issue. And it might be a very important issue. It might be about, for one of you, it could be about finances, okay? But it's definitely a very important issue. And this person is like, no, they're totally rejecting what it is that you're doing. Because what I'm understanding is that if people were to adopt your perspective, right? If people were to look at your perspective, it might change something. Okay. For some reason, I'm getting this energy of, like, you know how they're talking about cutting out Medicare or Medicaid for people, for disabled people. And you know how a lot of disabled people are coming up and they're talking about it, and they're talking about how it's going to affect them, right? Um, it's something like that. Like this, it's something that this person is invested in, and it's something that, like, so for instance, in that situation, I could see like people who own shares in health, in one of these healthcare type of agencies, right? They would be affected by that. So they, of course, they don't want to pay for these things. So of course they're like, yeah, let's change things. Let's not supply people with those important things that they need, right? That kind of thing. So I could see somebody like that say, no, we gotta change this, disabled people who live on, what is it, like $600 a month or $700 a month, they could live on less. They could figure this out, that kind of energy. Like, oh, so it's kind of like that. Like you are giving a different perspective of something that is really gonna mess this person up, or it could possibly rebuild something that they don't want to be changed. Okay. And let me tell you something. If this is just you giving out your opinion, which it could be, like you're going online and giving out your opinion, right? Which it very well could be, then the thing about opinions and perspectives and things like that is that a lot of times they can be contagious. That's the best way to put it, right? I have watched videos about issues, and they have totally changed my perspective of an issue, right? Like I will listen to one person talk about one thing, and then I'll listen to another video about the same thing and listen to that person's perspective of what they feel about a situation, and listen to the things that they're pointing out, which are usually facts, right? And myself, I'll change my mind about something, even about things that I'm really passionate about. My my opinion can change. So the point what I'm trying to say is that opinions are very important. People's attitudes toward an issue is very important, right? I think that's confirmation. Frankie's confirming. So, yeah. So this is why this person is online trying to like really shake up what you got going on and mess you up and make you second guess yourself, make you feel like, you don't have something important to say. It's all BS, Aries. I just want you to know it's all BS, okay? That person is full of it. And they're really hoping that they can cause this huge delay for you. So you have a troublemaker, maybe a troll. It could be a troll, okay? Like you have a troll on your page. Now this could be something that you're doing on Facebook, on any kind of social media, anything online, right? Something like that. And they're definitely trying to cause delays for this message that you're sending out, okay? Oops. Okay, and I feel like that's confirmation for one of you. Yeah, I'm hearing like they want to keep things quiet. They want to keep things quiet. This for one of you, this might be something about family issues. Something that they want to keep quiet about family issues. Um, Something about that. It could be about it. Well, for one of you, it could actually be like you're letting people know that they could do this or they could do that, or they can, like, you're showing people their options about something, or you're something like that, okay? Like you're voicing, or this could be simply like you commented, You made a simple comment, and now this person's like following you all over that platform that you're on. Okay, but I don't believe that's this case. I believe this is like more of a you have your own platform kind of energy. Okay. Now, I do see this person as playing this game of like not really being combative with you or not being a competitor. So this person in themselves does not have a platform. You know what I mean? They don't have a platform. So if you're a YouTuber, this person doesn't have a YouTube channel. Okay, so this is not something that they're doing like, on their own channel. You know what I'm saying? So no, this is not that at all. Okay, and really they're just trying to like interrupt your stability. So if you're like, what is, there's another app, I forgot the name of it right now. A lot of YouTubers were going there. I think it's called Rumble. I'm not sure, but um there's another platform that I know a lot of YouTubers have been talking about going over there. And something about that. Okay, I don't know why that's coming into this reading, but there's something about that being very significant to the situation. Okay, and if you notice, we have the five of coins in reverse here, and we have the five of coins in reverse again. So it's like you're part of something bigger than yourself. And I don't know if you realize that, Aries, that you're actually part of something that's way bigger than yourself, something that's being built up. You don't realize what your piece of a puzzle is, you know? Uh, uh, I mean, only God knows these kinds of things because God can see like the full picture, and we can only see like what we can visually see from where we're standing, right? But what I'm trying to say is that what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're displaying is way bigger than you even know because you're like causing a ripple effect. Okay. Again, the chariot energy. So it's like they don't want something to change. They don't want something to go in a different direction. It's like they're getting their way. They're getting something that they want. Okay, and they don't want something to change, but they're doing it in a way like they're trying to make it seem like they're not combative with you. For one of you, maybe this is not even online. This could be like at your workplace because it's definitely something that's going to be affecting your income. So this could be like somebody at your workplace for one of you, and I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. So yeah, this could be like somebody just like telling you to be quiet because you're doing something that they don't want. Um, Kind of like I used to work as a cleaning lady, right? I think I was 17. I think I was 17. I took a part-time job. I was a nurse, and then and in the nighttime I was cleaning offices, right? And oh my gosh, by the time I was finished, it was a 4-hour shift. And by the time I would finish, I would be sweating like all over my back, right? And I was looking at everybody else, and everybody else was like comfortable, and nobody else was sweating, and I was like all out of breath and all this, right? I later on found out one of the ladies was nice enough to let me know that I was actually doing the job of two people. And the manager didn't want to hire another person because the cheaper that the labor was, the more money she made. So she was basically pocketing money that the company was supposed to pay for another person to go clean that other building because I was running from two buildings, right? So I was like rushing through one building and running with this huge cart, the vacuum cleaner, and running to another building to go clean that building, right? And like I was rushing it, like I didn't have no time for anything. And then she was like, oh my god, like why are you so late? You're always the last one. You need to pick up the speed. And she was always like pinpointing to me, right? And I noticed like one of the girls rolled her eyes, and that's the one she let me know afterwards, like, you're actually working the job of two people. And I was like, you're kidding me. I was so mad. But it's something like that, okay? Something like that about this reading. Like you're pointing something out to somebody. And I feel like for one of you, this is work related. Like you're speaking up about it, and this person is like trying to shut you up. They're like, shut the hell up, Aries, you know? And they're trying to make you like feel dumb or something, or feel like, your ideas or your what you're voicing doesn't matter, or you know what I mean, that kind of energy. Like they're trying to make you second guess yourself. And this person is a troublemaker, okay? And they're trying to make it seem like you're the troublemaker, right? I want you to know this person finds you to be at they find you to be like a competitor of theirs, but they're acting like you're not a competitor, okay? Like they're not in competition with you, right? They're acting this way, but they feel that you are, okay? In other words, what I'm feeling like is that you are showing leadership skills, because people who speak up about these kinds of issues normally are leaders, natural born leaders, and Aries are natural born leaders. I mean, let's just be real, right? Okay. So the thing is that because you are able to speak up about this and you're showing your leadership skills, this person doesn't like it. Okay. So be careful, because I could see this person like wanting to hurt you, really, really wanting to hurt you bad. Okay. Like make it to the point where you can't work, that kind of energy. Okay. I'm not saying like they're gonna like, take your life. No, but definitely affect your pocket so you can't work. Okay. So that's what I'm getting. Yeah, they want to hit you in the pocket. I feel like that's confirmation. And it's like a negative cycle. What I'm hearing, there's a negative cycle that's going on. Something very negative that's going on. And it's like it keeps going on and on and on. And you're like shining a light on it, right? And this person's like, okay, you know what? Since I can't shut Aries up, then let me just hit them in the pocket where it really hurts. And this way they'll lose their house, they'll lose their home, they'll lose everything, right? But you know what, Aries? I'm going to tell you something. Anything that they're trying to do is not going to work. Anything that they're trying to do, okay, is not going to work on you. They can try all they want to until their face is blue, but I'm hearing nothing's going to work. As a matter of fact, the Five of Coins is the final card. So something that you're speaking about is going to be corrected, built up. Um, that's what I'm hearing. There's going to be a shift. Okay, it's like a shift. I don't know how else to say it. Okay, like that positive change that you're trying to push forward to, that positive change that you're trying to make, it's actually going to happen, and it's going to happen because of you, because you had the balls to stand up, because you had the balls to speak up, even when you had somebody who was being like really sarcastic and telling you ugly things and saying things to what saying some kind of verbatim towards you. Like, you are going to be the leader of a positive change in people's life, right? So let's go back to like the Medicaid thing, right? Those people who are speaking up, maybe one of them maybe one of them is an Aries. You know what I'm saying? So they're bringing positive awareness and changing people's point of view about things. And I'm going to say something, okay? And I don't know, they might take this video down because I'm going to say it, but I'm going to say it anyways. I want y'all to know, some of y'all weren't around back in 2001 when we went into Iraq, but I'm going to tell you something. My nephew is disabled, and he needs a catheter, he needs a tube to eat through. I mean, he needs to be in diapers. I mean, he's on the spectrum of disability. He's extremely disabled. And during that time, before we went in, which before we even announced that we were going into Iraq, my ex-husband, he was at the time let me think, what was he at the time? He was a sergeant at the time. and they sent him into Qatar at that time. So they were already preparing to go into Iraq, right? They were already like, before they announced it, they were already getting things ready, of course, because I mean, they're not gonna just like announce it and then let the world know what we were planning to do, right? But they sent him there, and when he was getting sent there, he let me know, yeah, we're gonna go. We're definitely going in. We're definitely, it's a yes, okay. And it's funny because at the same time, right before that happened, they started cutting back on people on disability. They started like cutting people out of disability, like completely just cutting people out. So people who were even disabled since they were born and they were receiving it completely got cut off. And all of a sudden they were like, oh, sorry, you don't qualify now. And the person's like, what are you talking about? I'm literally the same person. I literally have the same issues I've always had, right? My nephew was one of them. He wasn't cut off, okay, thank God, completely, but they did affect him. Like my sister-in-law, because she has custody of him, she had a really hard time because like all of a sudden his catheters, his feeders that he needed were not covered by Medicaid anymore. His diapers were no longer covered by Medicaid anymore. She had to save up like $6,000 or $7,000. We're talking about in 2001, guys. Okay, she had to come up with like 6 or 7 thousand just for him to have this specially made wheelchair for him. I mean, oh my gosh, she went through such a hardship. She's so strong. My sister-in-law is like the strongest person you could ever meet. The point I want to make is that every time we're about to go into, I'm just saying, this is just my observation, okay? I'm not an expert here, but I have noticed that before something big happens, the first thing that they do is they start attacking the weakest citizens in our country. The most vulnerable people are the ones that get hit the hardest, and they go after those people first. Oh, I'm just saying. So I think it's kind of funny that they're doing a lot of cuts all of a sudden on Medicaid for things that people severely need, like hearing aids and glasses and all kinds of stuff. Okay? People who are the weakest people in our society, they did it last time. That was my observation. And I'm trying to remember if they did it back in the 80s when Bush went into Afghanistan. If I remember right, we did. They did the same thing. That was in 89. I think it was 89 or 88. I remember something about that back then too. I remember people, it was in the newspaper. We didn't have internet back then. You have to remember. Um I always read the newspaper, and I remember there being an article about see, I believe it was seniors at the time were really upset that they were gonna have to pay like so much money for their medicine when they don't have the money. Like, how are they supposed to survive, right? And I remember something about that. This is where my philosophy is coming from. This is where my belief is coming from, okay? That they tend to do this first, right? The point I'm trying to make here is that I'm bringing this up, right? I'm bringing awareness to this, just like you're bringing awareness to something here. Okay? It people's ideas, people's way of thinking needs to change. Some people are like, well, yes, we need to cut back and blah 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 blah, right? Well, the thing is that if you're a US citizen, you know what I'm talking about. They have already shown us that we have plenty of money. There's no reason for us to have to take away, especially since considering we're supposed to be like one of the richest countries in the world. We shouldn't have to cut from the most vulnerable population. Okay, we have plenty. If we can, like, quote, disappear, like billions of dollars every year disappears. Nobody knows where it's at. but you never see them going crazy like, where is it? Where is it? We got to turn the White House upside down. Where's this $80 billion at? Nobody does it. Never. But they will attack and pick on the weakest person in our country. It's sad, but it's true. And it's always before we're about to go in somewhere. Bush did it back in 88, 89. I forgot when that happened. And then in 2001, right? And now they're doing it again. I don't know, guys. Y'all let me know what y'all think, but I'm seeing something there. I think there's something here. And I feel like something about what I'm talking about might be something that you've been talking about, okay? Or it might be something similar to what you're voicing, where something is going to be like changed. Because you got two of them, not one. We got two, okay? Like something is going to shift, and it's going to be like a major shift, and you're going to be a part of that. You see? Just like I hope I can be a part of that by speaking up about how they keep cutting Medicaid on for disabled people. I'm hoping that I can make a positive change in that by bringing this up in this reading. Well, the same thing for you. Whatever this is that you're talking about, you are going to. And that's why you're getting somebody opposing. Now, if this is work related, you're speaking about something like it could be about a health concern at work, a hazard at work. It could be something like that. Or it could just be like my situation where I was, remember, I used to clean offices where some like people are working too hard or working too much, working the position of two people, which is a hazard because I was literally running with carrying a vacuum cleaner and pushing a huge cart, like literally running with a mop and everything. You know what I'm saying? Running from one building to the next. Like, I honestly don't know how I did it. But, anyways, you're bringing change into the world, Aries. You're showing your leadership skills. You should be proud of yourself. But you do have somebody here that's going to hurt you. I do feel like this person is going to cause you to, one, possibly lose a job or lose a position, or it's going to be something that's going to cause some kind of instability toward your pocket. So, now that you know, what are you going to do? I hope you're saying that you're going to prep, because that would be the right answer. Prep up. Make sure you have your groceries. Make sure you have everything that you need. You can always get things ready, because if somebody's gonna like vent out some kind of tactic retaliation against you here, the I would assume the best plan to do is to be prepared, right? Be prepared. So what are you gonna do? Make sure you have toilet paper. Make sure you have shampoo. Make sure you have everything that you need. So just in case you don't have a check coming in for the next 2 or 3 months, then you'll at least be ready, right? It's like my dog food. I always try to keep at least 6 weeks of dog food in the house at all times, right? So whenever I buy new dog food, I already have 6 weeks of dog food in the house at all times, just in case, because I live in an area where we have been flooded in, we have been snowed in, no electricity, no water pumping in. You name it. It happens like 3 to 4 times a year. It's like it's a normal thing around here. So this is why I always make sure I have plenty of food for my babies. I have everything that they need, medicines, water, bottles of water, like the gallon bottles of water. I always have plenty of that. Make sure it's there just in case we get locked in for a week or two here, because it has happened here where we've had a flood one time that was so bad out here, you could not leave your property for 2 weeks, because if you tried to move and get off, your truck or vehicle would get stuck in the mud. Like, it was so bad. So we've been stuck out here for like 2 weeks straight, could not leave. And one time when it snowed pretty bad. I ended up having to take a chance, which thanks to God, I made it through. But man, that was a really risky chance that I took because I had to cross several bridges to get where I was going. And we all know how black ice is, you know what I mean? So, anyhow, just be ready for whatever it is that this person's going to try to throw at you, okay? Have everything that you need. Be prepared. This way, it's not going to be as painful as this person is anticipating, okay? Because this person's anticipating it to be like it's something that's going to floor you. It's just going to be like a punch to the gut. You know, it's going to be like something huge. The only way to combat that is to be prepared, right? Okay, I hope you got something out of this. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this reading. All right, I hope you got something out of this, Aries. You should be so proud of yourself because you're speaking about something. I could tell you already. You're speaking about something that is very important to a lot of people and something that's going to bring on some kind of huge change. Okay, so whatever it is, keep talking about it. That's all I'm going to say because I see it being a very positive change and it's important. That's all I could tell you from the cards that I saw. Okay. All right, Aries, thank you for joining me. I hope this helps you out. I hope you do get ready, you prepare. You never know what's going to happen. Okay. Um, and think about what I said, about what I noticed the past 3 times of when we went into other countries. I hope y'all are listening to what I'm saying. There seems to be a pattern there, okay? And I remember people were getting cut off back then and people are getting cut off now. Okay, so and these are the same people. There's nothing that has changed about them. They're just getting cut off. And now they have no idea what to do with themselves, which is a shame. Especially the people who have been on it for like their whole life since they were a child, like people who have had, illnesses since they were a child, like my nephew, right? Anyways, guys, catch me later. Oh, if you want to know what happened to my nephew, he was born prematurely. His lungs was not developed. He was born at 24 weeks and he survived it. He wasn't supposed to survive it, but he did survive it. Um, yeah, and he was just born too early. Yeah. That was the whole thing. And because of that, he has a lot of physical problems. He cannot walk, he cannot sit up by himself, he cannot eat, but he's there. Like you can talk to him. He uses he is now 30 years old and he uses a computer. It's like she showed it to me one time. It's like a computer that can talk for him. So he communicates. He's there. He's there in his mind, but his body just can't function. But he's there mentally. He actually likes to play piano. You know, like those keyboards. He likes to play on the keyboards. He actually likes to do stuff. He's a human being like everybody else. He has desires and likes and dislikes like everybody else, you know. Anyways, catch me in the next one, guys. Y'all take care. Bye bye.